Easy to spell, where the name is easy to spell, and we did it wrong anyway. I'm your Dungeon Master, Andrew. Joining me tonight, my fantastic cast of merry bandit men, heroes, not bandits. You haven't done anything bandit-like. I don't know why I said
Yet.
that.
Yet.
Yes.
Well, I'm Mike, and I play Alder.
I'm Will, and I play O'Relton.
And my name's David. I play Kaya Bauer. Let's get into it, because we just beat the shit out of somebody.
Several somebodies.
Several somebodies. And we are coming right into our campaign as, cinematic camera pans down on the three of you standing with the blacksmith of the Heartforged Seeker, standing over the three freshly made corpses of leather-clad assassins who, after deciphering a note that the tavern keeper had given you from a conversation he overheard, rushed to the Heartforged Seeker to prevent whatever nefarious deeds they were going about that night. It is in the ever-burning heat of this dwarf's forge that you all stand, regaining your breath. Right, you lot showed up just in time. I don't suppose it was for an after-hours commission of work. I'm guessing it's more in line with these three.
You still okay with your time being up there?
I might need to move on from this place a little bit more quickly than I was hoping.
Think about our offer. There's ways to stay hidden. Don't have to give up your power. Your knowledge or whatever it happened to be.
I don't know too much about this lot. There was a man that came through with him probably 2 days ago, and he tried making me an offer to come with him. When I turned him down, he said that they'd reconsider and revisit. Honestly, when I first met you, I thought you might be with him. Quickly disproved. What do you know about them? How directly, he looks directly at Kaya, how directly are they connected to this?
Well, I'm not so certain how directly connected they are to this, but I know I've been hunted for a while for various reasons.
They were after the information specifically that I got. They offered to take me with them, but I just didn't quite. He had, a look about him. Shifty.
The information you got?
Right. The forge.
What would they want? The forge.
He looks at guy and goes, well, you really can keep a secret. Well,
I actually did tell him.
Oh, you did tell him?
Yeah.
Right, well, that's primarily what I got from this. So they somehow knew that I know, but they don't know what it is. One of those fun little trains of thought. But
So
they're seeking
you're-
something there.
And you're still looking for the forge yourself, right?
What I was given is I know how to forge the key to open it, but I wasn't given the location.
I guess.
Information, and if you don't mind, I'd prefer to keep to myself.
Sure, yeah, understandable. I guess my question really is, you're looking for the forge, correct?
Aye.
They're looking
Long
for the
time.
forge.
Aye.
Let's say, hypothetically, we're looking for the forge.
It looks the three of you
would you-
over.
Would you be willing to help us in that endeavor? Help us help you, as it were.
I'd be much more willing to accompany your lot than theirs. And I can't help but think that whatever they want is not what it's meant for, not why it was built. So if we can stop them, beat them to it, I'd be willing.
Maybe that doesn't require you traipsing off into lands unknown with us, but we keep you secret, we keep you hidden, we keep you safe.
He
And when the time
looks
comes,
looks at the bodies. At this point, I wouldn't mind traipsing off into the unknown rather than be a sitting duck. I'm not too much of a fighter. He drops the still hot, like smoldering maul that he pulled out of the ground. I can hold my own, but I'm a mean cook, and I can hold down your camp for you while you're off traipsing about.
Wouldn't be terrible.
we've been picking up a bit of a crew as of late anyway. I don't see a problem with it. I think we would need your name.
Right, we haven't exchanged those yet, have we? Foldrin Smith. He holds out that calloused, blackened hand just from all the char that it's exposed to every day.
Well, we're all done there, and I'll hold out a non-calloused black hand.
Shakes it.
Alder Moonshadow.
Pleasure. Shakes your hand as well.
Firebauer.
All right. Shakes it. Now, I'm not sure about how often you lot do this. Looks again at the bodies. But we should either get rid of these or we should fuck off ourselves.
I'm voting for both.
Hold on. And I'm going to actually start looking through their shit. Seeing what they got.
Okay. Let's pull this
Whichever
out.
one he's not looting, whichever two he's not looting, I will pull back out of the line of sight of anybody crossing the street or walking outside.
Perfect. That's just kind of back. There's a little nook that's hidden by the large sides of the forge that you can pull them into. Each one of them has a short sword and a light crossbow, as well as leather armor. Two of them don't have coin purses. The only one with the coin purse is the one, the leader, the elven woman, or half elven woman. And she has what amounts to about 73 gold. And her armor seems a little bit ornate compared especially to the other two. She also carries a small vial of kind of a thick purplish liquid. And one sec. Where is it? Sorry. And they have, like, in their packs, each of them have a disguise kit. One of them has a set of thieves' tools. Here we go. These are 4. And the half-elven woman, she has a small bag that contains 6 small black spears.
Spears or spears? Like
Spheres.
Spheres. Okay.
6 small black spheres. So I'm not certain who I was looting, or did I end up just looting them all? Is that what happened?
That's just kind of patting them all down.
Okay. Specifically, I was looking for maybe another like teleportation crest or anything like that.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Oh, that's
And remind me, is there
scary.
anything on them linking them with an affiliated group?
Not apparent. So this is what the investigation check is for.
12.
12. You are not able to. You don't find anything. Is anybody else giving him a once over?
Probably should as well.
While they're doing this, I'll just cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Okay.
But I did know better with a 10.
Everybody.
Yeah, you don't find anything affiliated.
So with that, when I find the coin pouch, I'm actually just going to go and toss it over to, was it Felrun?
Fuldrin
Boldrin.
catches it. No good say no to that.
Is that-
And oh, go ahead.
Was that 29 points of healing? Mike?
Yeah, for everybody.
Fuck yeah!
Hold on. Going better already.
Hey, I'm not good enough to fight, but thank you. And then you said those black spheres and the purple liquid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will add that into my list of growing other possessions.
Okay.
Well, Folderin, we planning on coming back to this joint anytime soon? Because I don't think you want 3 dead assassins linked to it if that's the case.
I haven't not particularly attached to the location. If we want to buy some time before they get discovered, we could just, he nods at the forge.
Yeah, I don't see why not, and I'll just grab the nearest one.
You start letting him in, and he starts hitting the bellows.
Yeah.
Starts heating up more and more.
I will take the leader out of the ornate armor. And then I won't take it with me because it's too heavy, but
Is it like plate?
It's just more ornately made leather armor.
Okay.
It looks as though there's runes and different inscriptions.
I can hold that if you want, Bauer.
yeah, go ahead. I have no use for it. Maybe somebody else could. Or at least sell it.
And I'll go
Gotta
back
figure
to hucking bodies in a furnace.
Okay. That's Folderin just keeps hitting the bellows, just getting it as hot as possible.
So, are we thinking of staying in town, or are we camping in the woods?
I think the woods, yeah.
I think pissing off is the right idea.
At least for a day or two, yeah.
Well, what's his name? I don't even know if we got his name. The stoner kid from the
Oh, no.
apothecary.
No, but
He was talking about a witch in the woods, wasn't he?
yeah, I was going to suggest if we were heading that way.
If
I'd love
anybody
to stop
knows
by.
about trees that are not doing what trees should do, seems like a witch in the woods might. If we're laying low for a couple days, we might as well solve a problem or two, right? I'll take that as a yes, and load everything up. And
All right. Second trip to see the witch. You don't really know how to move. Never met her the first time. I was intercepted by our mutual friend, and he gestures at Gaia. Never had the chance for her to find me. I'll tell you about it as we go. Let's move.
let's go.
On the way, I'll expedite this little bit of exposition. But on your way out of town, assuming you stop at the bustling shrub?
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
And to pick up any of your stuff. Before moving on, he explains that early on, when he first started looking for the he went to meet with the Witch of the Woods, and it repeats that same phrase that you heard from the apothecary, that if you go into the woods seeking her, you have a chance at finding her. Like, she's not in any one spot. She just exists. And before he had a chance to really search for her or to be found, he was approached by an old man who offered him a deal. A deal that at the time sounded better than anything he thought he could get from a witch.
Before we leave town, can we actually stop at the Bustling Shrub? And I want to talk to the innkeep.
Yeah, I was going to say the same. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Walk up to the bar and just knock on it if nobody's there. Hey.
Pops up
back there
late at night, and he's sleeping behind the bar. Oh, welcome back. How did things go?
Well, all things considered, I think. I do, however, regret to inform you we're not going to be staying here any longer. And that security deposit we talked about. Room's in good shape. You got everything back. And I just slapped the back of my hand down on the counter.
Right. Just a moment. There's a small early cancellation fee. You did book the rooms for a week. But he returns all of the money for the security deposit after a moment, minus like 2 gold.
Okay. I don't remember what the amount was. Does anybody remember?
I think it was 7 gold or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it gives you 5 gold back.
Pleasure doing business with you.
To you as well.
Also, and I'm going to stop the 5 gold from going into Relton's pocket. And I'm going to add my own 5 to it. If anybody asks about us, we weren't here. And I'll be back for maybe more information. If somebody did come asking about us, I'll make sure you get more of this.
Deal. And is it all 10 gold? You take it back from Relton?
But it was the 5 he got, and I added 5 from me.
Yeah, so a total of 10 gold going back to him.
Yeah.
Listening's free.
Relton's just got his tongue in his cheek as he stares at Bauer.
It was a pleasure doing business with you. Feel free to recover any belongings you might have. Thank you for staying at the Bustle and Shrub. We hope to see you again. The first stop for all your travels.
Perfect. And then
Out we
as
go.
we're walking away, Elton, that information's going to be worth it if we know somebody's coming after us.
I know it. You're right. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
And out we go.
Yeah, manage to recover all of your stuff that you might have left in the rooms. Begin making your first steps towards destiny. I am trying to break that habit of saying the words.
That's a word.
One step closer to your destiny. Again, it is like 2:00 in the morning when you guys are heading out. It was late when you went out to catch up with those guys. Hi, Archer. How far into the woods do you travel? Are you going to try to push through the night to make it as far as you can, or are you just going on the edge of?
I feel like the edge is probably a good place. We don't want to.
So we're blocked from line of sight of the city at the very least, but
Right.
don't need to traipse for hours into the forest.
Okay, that's so we'll say maybe half a mile into the woods. Get a
Probably good.
decent distance in. Maybe. Will, high or low?
Hi.
Hi. It is. You guys make it. You find a small clearing a short ways into the woods, and I need. What are you doing, dude? My dog walked over. I've got a tripod, and he just was hitting it with his nose and looking at it like he was just wanted to see it wobble.
Not a toy,
Uh,
Archer.
I was doing it to my lights. I need perception checks.
21.
Perception.
21.
9.
15. 15.
Let's see, this is 21 was the highest, right? And that was from
Yeah.
Alder.
Yeah.
You'll notice the fastest, but you just catch as a small ball flies out of a nearby tree, landing smack dab in the middle of this clearing that you've started to like set up your camp, which black smoke starts spewing forth, kind of obscuring the entire area. And you hear a voice from the tree. I'm going to need you to unmask somebody.
Done.
Behold, mortals, and tremble before the darkness that stands before you. I am he who wields the power of the abyss, the master of shadows, the architect of despair. I am Wizard, the malevolent, the harbinger of chaos and ruination. Fear before me. And from the treetops, you see floating down this ethereal goblin with a wizard's cloak, an enormous staff that's like 2 feet taller than this goblin, just like floating down, looking kind of ethereal rather than like a solid object, and a creepy half mask on the goblin that's like half smiling, like Joker style.
Rachel, I would like you to make an intimidation check.
Okay.
And I believe the mask gives you advantage, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and we'll run this against each of you. Make a insight.
Well, this is going to be good for
Or is it insight? Or would it be insight or wisdom saving throw?
me. To be frightened, I believe it would be a wisdom save.
Let's see what the thing says, because that is my.
Yeah. Make an insight and a wisdom saving throw. We're gonna.
Well, shit. Now I have to decide which one that roll was for. I'm gonna go just with my wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
So that's
I got a nat 20.
25.
Oh, plus
for
5, by
wisdom
the way,
save.
if you're within 10 feet of me.
Oh, 30 on my wisdom saving throw.
I got a nat 20 on my insight and a 7
Perfect.
on my oh man. 7 on my wisdom save.
It didn't even
Okay.
matter for me. I got a 30 on my wisdom save and a 25 on my insight.
Okay.
Well, I got a 5 with advantage on my intimidation, so.
Okay. So you're all fine. None of you are frightened, and at the inside, you realize there's something off as this malevolent wizard begins floating down. That every now and then, like the wind starts blowing through the trees, and they like kick their legs to remain upright, and their descent is perfectly even. There's no flight, there's no levitation. They're floating down at an even pace and having to like stave off the wind.
Oh, hello. Are you the witch?
Which?
And
No, I just said I was a wizard.
My apologies.
And at this rate, you'll have about 2 minutes before they actually hit the ground.
Overalton just looks up. Uh-huh. And just like puts his head back down and keeps walking underneath her. Then, sorry.
No, wait, where are you going? Stop! I command you!
I
Uh,
stop.
Can we help you, friend?
Yes! You must pay the toll!
I see. What's the toll?
Give me, hold on, give me just a minute.
Yeah, I see her.
Trying to make myself heavier to get down.
As you will yourself heavier, you all kind of watch as your hand actually passes through.
Okay,
through
it's
them.
just
Like they are ethereal, but as you begin willing yourself heavier, you become less and less translucent, and start falling faster and faster until the last 3 feet. You drop heavy just onto the ground.
And I'm now looking up at all of you because I'm like 3 feet tall. Yes, you, because this is my forest, it's my domain, and those are the rules, and you must give me something to go by, or I will hit you.
Well, see, now, we were told that there's a witch in this forest, and that the whole forest belongs to her, so you might want to come, hash out jurisdictional issues that there clearly seem to be.
There won't be a witch soon. I will take her out.
Well, maybe if you would hold off on that. We have some questions for her. Them.
You're going to the witch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Let me consult my crystals. I'm going to open up my bag and stick my face in it.
The bag for the rest of you is clearly a bag of holding, which would be even more clear when the goblin's about halfway into it with no apparent change in its shape and structure.
The crystals say that you have come here to accompany on my quest.
Your quest is to the witch?
Now?
Yes.
Yeah, we're here to do exactly that.
Yes, you will go with me.
Great.
Do you know where she's at?
No.
Oh, well. Figure it out.
You got it. That toll, we still doing the toll thing, or?
No, that is the toll. You help me find the witch, and we take her down.
I don't know about taking her down, but
I apologize. Will you guys do this? My dog is whining at me. I'm gonna let him out. I'll be right back.
yeah, I mean, I'm not certain. Well, anyway, how about we set up camp here for tonight? Does that sound good? I mean, it is dark.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I could really use the sleep.
Did we get a name from you, friend?
I am Wizard.
Right,
Wizard.
Wizard.
All right.
Wizard.
Pleasure to meet you, Wizard.
I'm gonna call you Wiz.
Not Ard?
Just
What about
Wiz.
Czar?
Czar's good too.
No, I am a wizard. I'm not a czar.
I think I like Czar better. Yeah, we'll go with Czar.
So hold on, you are a wizard, or
Yes.
your name is Wizard?
I am a wizard. You get called what you are.
All right, Czar.
Humans
Sure,
are
sounds good.
humans. Goblins are goblins. Wizards are wizards.
Sure.
Well,
Can't- Eat that.
I guess that makes me an alder.
I've never seen an alder before.
Well, I think that one's an alder.
What kind of power do you have?
I'm just a simple alder. Nothing powerful. That's why I'm
You
going
know,
to see the
throws
witch.
leaves.
You want to steal her powers too?
I would maybe share.
We can arrange something.
Right.
All right,
and then-
let's do the camping here.
Yeah, let's get the camp set up. Oh boy. Okay.
What I miss?
They are wizard. They are not a wizard. They are wizard.
Okay.
You are
'Cause you
called
are
what you are. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. And then you're striking up camp?
Yep.
It won't be a problem. You guys can establish watch. We don't have to necessarily go through what that might be. If any of you would like to have any conversations with each other during the night, during your watches, just let me know.
I'm
Just
good.
want to pass out.
Guys. And so he's ready to just go.
Okay. You all awake different points, and it's still a little dark. You feel you get your long rest. Sun doesn't seem to quite have come out yet. Alder,
weird.
you're the most in tune with the forest. Just the natural cycle, as it were. It should be light out. Not only that, the trees around you have changed. You're in a different place. Where you were in the outskirts of a loose, sparsely wooded forest. You had a pretty good line of sight around you. Dense, old trees surround you. A thicket of underbrush with thorns and vines. Snares at your feet as you move about.
Can I reach up? I just want to kind of feel one of the nearest trees and just make sure it's real and that it's not like an illusion of some variety.
It is absolutely real. You place your hand on it and you can feel that vital sense, that energy that courses through all living things. As you close your eyes and focus on it, it's there. It's a living tree. It's a healthy tree.
Does it seem different to everyone? This is not where we fell asleep.
And normally, I'm accustomed to waking up and it being not dark when we've been sleeping. And we got such a late start.
No, the sun should definitely be out by now.
The only light you have is stars and the moon above your campfire.
Do we feel rested?
Yeah, you're all very rested.
Well, I mean, whatever time it is. Should we get walking?
Yeah, I guess we just hope to find her. That's what they said, right?
Have the intention and meander.
That's harder
As
than
a-
it sounds.
Meandering or intention?
Both. One, thought. The intention part. Because one
Well-
second you're thinking about the witch, and then the next second you're hungry, and then you don't find the witch.
Hopefully you find food.
Oh, sometimes.
Well, you just leave the intention to us and we'll get you there. I will, as I walk by, I will pat Czar on the head, mainly to see if they're still ethereal.
Nope, solid.
Cool trick. I'll sling my pack over my shoulder and I guess pick a direction and go.
I'll just follow.
Okay. Do any of you, which of you have dark vision?
Not
I do.
Don't, because I'm always amazed that Dragonborns don't.
I don't know.
You do.
I do.
So those without dark vision, are you opting to just trust the eyes of the people around you, or?
I will actually cast dark vision on myself.
Okay.
So then
I
the
can see.
person leading the expedition, and the person without dark vision will just trudge.
Okay.
Unless I'm told to avoid the pit or whatever.
Hey, Aldi, you look
Yo.
like you're struggling to see there.
Just go in a direction. Don't need to see to walk. It's not like I'm looking for anything anyway.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep a lookout in front of Elton.
Okay. Make a perception check. Everybody, actually, Orelton, you get to make yours with advantage.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say I probably wouldn't watch forward. I'd probably watch around, just because I'm more flabbergasted that the trees have changed.
15.
15.
19.
Dirty 20.
After walking, and it is thick trees, you have to constantly be moving and like sliding between smaller spaces than you'd expect in this forest. Anybody that got 15 or higher realize that you keep catching glimpses of flickering flame. Sometimes to your left, sometimes to your right, sometimes a little off in the distance, or out, and it's more obvious to you. The reason you're at advantage is because you have nothing your vision's not the black and white that you get from dark vision. You're seeing the flickers of orange, these spots of light.
And is it like firefly light where it's there for a second and then gone, and then it pops up over here, and then it pops up over here?
It's
And...
flickering firelight. You'll catch a glimpse of it, and then you'll turn and you'll lose sight of it between the trees, and then it will, that same kind of uneven firelight.
Hold 1 second. I want to try something. And I'm just gonna stand still and watch the lights pop up every now and then, see if they still change position, if they're moving around us. If they continue, then I'm just going to cast Produce Flame in my hand for a moment and kind of mimic it. So just cast it and then put it out.
You stop for a minute before you get to the Produce Flame. You get to a point where you are seeing that flickering firelight, and you stop, and it doesn't seem to move.
I'm gonna take
Alder?
I'm gonna take like 5 steps towards the flame and see if it moves.
You walk back, and if you're walking directly towards it, it doesn't move, and you step, and you are in your campsite. Except the fire that you put out is still burning. The only difference is on the opposite side of this clearing, there's a door. Just a lonesome door. It's not set into any building.
I'll call back and hopefully they hear me, and I'll just call back and say, "Walk towards the flame."
Do we hear him?
Yeah.
Good enough for me. I'll walk towards him.
Same thing. You come into the clearing.
I think we've been here before.
Exactly. This is where we camped.
But there was no exit, entryway, when we were camping. And if I've heard anything about old fairy tales and witches and forests, go through the door.
All right.
Of course, I don't think those ended up very well, but
as he's saying that, I'll walk up and grab the door, and try to open it.
doesn't move, but as your hand touches and you pull, you hear all of you echoing around you from the trees. Oh dear, your path is blocked. You'll find here, though, the door has no lock. But still, there is a path to me. The more there is, the less you see. And it kind of fades into the trees. You're left with a flickering campfire and a door leading to nothing.
The more there is, the less we see.
Well, as someone who just experienced this, I'll walk over to the campfire and try and stomp it out.
That's the light from the campfire goes out as soon as your foot touches the top. When everything goes black until your eyes adjust and you see the light of the moon kind of peering down. Alder, your hand on the door, you feel the knob now shifts and turns.
Well, that did it. Then I'll try to push it open.
Good work, lizard.
Pushes open.
Thanks, Czar.
And it is just darkness in front of you in the door.
Take a step through and
Just hope to God it's not.
hope to God
You
it's
step
not a
through.
thing. Yeah.
You feel a sense of vertigo, and then your foot hits the ground. And Alder, looking around, there's no door behind you. The rest of you do still see a door that he just stepped through. You're in kind of that twilight blue, standing next to a river that runs in front of you. On the other side of the river is another door.
Is it a wide
The rest
river?
of
Is
you-
it just kind of like a small river?
It is a very wide, rushing river. The rest of you watch as Alder steps into the darkness and vanishes.
No backwards, only forwards. And I walk through
Hey,
the door.
Czar. Hey, Czar.
Hmm?
Go through that door.
Okay.
And as Czar goes through, I'm actually gonna like pay attention, listen for any screams or anything like that. Even though
Yeah.
Ralton already went through.
Zar's gonna grab the edges of the door and just like stick their face through first.
It gets dark.
It's dark in here.
Dark, but yeah, there's
I'll
nothing.
just
You can't see anything.
Slide it and slip in to the door.
Okay, you bump into a Ralton. That same
Back to
door.
the kneecap.
David, make a perception check. Okay.
15.
15. You hear just the faint echoes of that same laugh.
Nope. Nope. Darkness it is.
David, you step through, and the only difference is you get that sense of vertigo, but you also hear the door shut behind you.
Darkness better than creepy laugh.
You
So you
figured
said-
it out, oh clever mouse. You're one step closer to my house. I'm not yet sure if I approve. So tell me this. What can cross a river but does not move? Same sourceless echoing from the space around you.
A bridge.
And as you say bridge, wood beams start coming out of the water around you, forming a
Ah.
bridge that leads across the river.
Not too
I
shabby.
love that
Czar.
that was me trying to not be smart.
Well. Czar, you first.
The next door, as you cross, or is just there, On the other side of the bridge. You haven't stepped on the bridge. Sorry.
No, I'm gonna.
I will slap them on the back in congratulations and just truck it across the bridge.
Okay. Yeah, Zara wasn't gonna go first.
It's a solid wooden bridge, Orelton. It barely shifts under your weight.
I don't even break stride all the way across.
Yep.
Right behind him.
Confidence.
As Orelton steps off the other side of the bridge in front of the door, he vanishes.
Oh,
Well, I would say at this point I'm about halfway across the bridge. And all right, and I'll follow him still.
how can you guys just walk into the void?
Yep. Alder steps off the other side of the bridge and just vanishes.
You know,
Zara,
it's really not that bad. See, I have this bag, and if you stick your head in the, you can just come right back out.
yeah, up until you don't.
Well, then just pull your head out of the bag.
They didn't step into a bag.
The door on the other side of the river opens slowly.
Oh, great and powerful Czar. What is this magic?
Witch magic. That's why
The
we have to
magic
go
we're
take it.
seeing. That's the magic I'm talking about.
But, I mean, like I said, it's witch magic.
That magic.
Yeah.
Two low int characters.
You have to go into the darkness to find the cool things. And then I'm going to tra-la-la across the bridge.
Second you step across the bridge, you vanish. Guy
This is
looking
gonna kill me.
across the open door. It's not just darkness now. There's something on the other side. Something forming. Two blue eyes flash, watching you from the void.
I'm gonna make my way kind of towards them, hoping that I vanish before I get to them.
You begin walking across. The figure is taking form on the other side of the door. You're halfway,
I'm gonna pick up pace a little
and the
bit.
shadows have coalesced along this scrawny, this lanky, bony figure. Two shadowed hands reach out to either side of the door frame and are pulling through something
Starting to run.
too big. And as you take a step off of the bridge, one of these hands pulling this thing out towards you, it reaches, you vanish. Letting everybody else.
Oh, hey, Bar. Didn't think you were gonna make it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It's just a bridge, man.
No, the door opened after you guys left. There was some shit crawling out of it. Nope.
You find yourself
missed that.
back in the first clearing. The campfire lit again. But this time the door that stands across from you is attached to a small mushroom cottage. Firelight dances in the windows. Trees around you. The lights progress to like that early morning where you can tell the sun is about to crest. A sourceless voice. Oh, a house, a welcome sight. Please come in, refresh, respite. A warning though, one can be many. If you have only one, do you have any? And the door creaks open.
I don't know what that means, but I'm not going to be the last person this time, and he's just going to start going for the door.
Okay.
Snap fingers. It's not toes.
Okay, you kind of you get up to the threshold of the door, and inside you see there's a small table, seems set for two. There's a hearth that's unlit. It looks like a big plush chair that's kind of been knocked over. So plush red chair. It's laying on the ground on its back towards you. A small kitchen to the right. You can tell the walls do actually seem to be mushroom. They look kind of spongy. Your finger kind of sticks to it for a second as you pull your finger back.
I'll follow behind Bauer into the house.
Okay. Is anybody not going into the house?
What was the riddle one more time? Or the thing she said?
A warning, though, one can be many. If you have only one, do you have any?
Well, friend, are we going in?
Yes. You must be brave.
Motivational
Okay.
quotes with Czar.
So yeah, everybody's going into the house. Who's the last person in?
I'll be the last one. I was actually gonna let Zara go in and then wait 3 seconds just to take a look at everything around us.
Okay. Three of you have gone in the house and are kind of looking around. There don't seem to be any other rooms. It's a single room structure. There doesn't appear to be anybody here. You see the light that was flickering is one small. It looks like one of those cloth rope macrame things that hold plants. But there's a couple. Just looks like soft orbs that are hanging from the roof, and they're kind of emitting a soft light that flickers like candlelight.
And you said the room didn't appear disheveled. It was well put together, except there was a red velvet chair on its back.
Yeah, there's a big red velvet chair on its back, right in front of that open mantle. The floors feel kind of spongy as well.
Well, I'm going to admit, that one kind of went over my head. And I'll just pick up the chair and put it back into a sitting position.
Before you do that, Alder, you had stopped kind of to look around for a couple seconds before stepping in. Make a perception check.
21.
21. You kind of look in, and then you look around and behind you. There's a couple things. One is the mantle, that fireplace that's unlit. It's not only unlit. There's no wood, there's nothing in it. And you realize that there is a hole that leads down. You also notice the seam that seems to run along the entire outside of the house, which has begun to kind of quiver and shift. Looking behind you, you see the direction none of you had looked before, which was just the direction you came. And you notice that O'Relton's hands have become stuck to the chair on the ground as he's gone to stand it up.
That was a squishy chair.
It does not, it kind of lifts from the ground, but you realize a portion of it is attached to the floor as the chair stretches and begins to wrap around your hands. I need initiative from everybody as the giant mimic The three of you willingly climbed into its mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said the seams on the outside, and I was like, ah, fuck.
I got a 6 for initiative.
Okay.
I got a 23.
9.
Wow, I got a 10. I thought I was gonna go like almost last.
It got an 11. So that was
Oh,
Relton,
shit.
Mimic, Alder, Kai, and the Wizard.
For some
Sorry,
reason
Wizard.
my hit points dropped to 58 instead of being the max that I had. So gonna fix that.
Go ahead, fix that really quick. You are all surprised.
Wait,
Wait.
Unless you
Okay,
can't be
I'm alert.
surprised.
Yeah, you can't be surprised while you're conscious.
Okay. In that case, Relton, you get to go first.
Are my hands literally stuck to the tongue?
Yes. So it won't. Let's see. It won't take an action to try to escape. You just have to make a strength saving throw to attempt to break free.
Okay, we'll do that. Strength saving throw. Oh, woof. 13.
13 is the DC. So you unstick your hands from the tongue.
Okay. And I will say at that point, between realizing that it's attached to part of the floor and the mantle looks like a large throat, I'm going to piece it together. And I'll pull out the longsword for this one because I don't want to. I can't miss anything. I'm gonna hit anything in the room and hit this thing. You're like, I'm not trapped inside of you. You're trapped around me, and I'll just swing at walls.
What are you doing, Elton?
Okay, go ahead and make your attack rolls at advantage.
Well, 25 without. 25 for the first one.
Okay, that absolutely hits.
For 9 points, and I think we're gonna dump a spell slot into it for a Divine Smite.
Okay.
We'll go a third level, so that's another 2d8 plus 1 for each level, right?
Mhm.
It'd be 5d8. For another 18 radiant damage.
Okay, and it was 11 for the first, so 29 total, yeah?
9 for the first. So
Okay,
27.
so 27 total. All right. That's just cleaving into the side of the wall, just radiant flames bursting and just searing the inside of the mimic's mouth.
It's a mimic. The mantle's the throat, and I will just like full barbarian whirlwind for my
Just
second attack.
keep going. All right. Give me another attack advantage.
Either a 16 or a 16.
Hits.
Okay. And we'll leave it at an 8 for that hit. Excuse me, 11 with the +3.
Okay.
Nope, it added in there 8. Sorry.
8.
I can math, I promise.
Okay. So it is going to attempt to pull Alder in, which is a 9 to hit. Miss. Okay. So that chair on the ground, that velvet chair, lashes forward out of as the whole house kind of opens a bit, and you just move to the side as that tongue like frog hits past you. For its second attack, it's just going to chew. I need dexterity saving throws from everybody inside the mimic.
+5 if you're within 10 feet of me.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, what was the roll again?
Dex-
Dex save?
Dexterity
Dexterity
saving throw.
Okay.
So with the +5, that'll put me at 23.
Nat 20 plus 6.
Nat 20 plus 6. Okay. Do you have evasion or uncanny dodge, which allows you to negate any damage?
I believe I do have uncanny dodge. Yes.
Okay. And Orelton, what did you get?
An 8.
8. So you'll take full damage. If you succeeded, you'll take half damage, unless you have something that makes you take no damage. 14, 22, 25. 33 points of damage is the full amount. 17 if it's halved, or none in the case of if
But
you're.
uncanny dodge just means you can use your reaction to half the attack's damage against
Oh.
you. So I'd still be half of 17.
Okay, so yeah, 17. I wasn't sure. There's like evasion or something that I think
It's evasion,
rogues
yeah.
eventually get. Oh, when you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw, to only take half damage. You instead take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw, and only half if you fail. So you take no damage.
I just read that I do have evasion. So yeah. Okay, cool.
I can never remember which one's which.
I have both.
Okay, it attempted to bite. It attempted to chew. It did chew. And this is as all of the furniture like shifts in its position and the ceiling and floor begin dropping out from under you and like smashing down. Wizard, you just like tuck and like spin sideways and just happen to be rolling just slightly too small for any of the stuff to hit you. As the other two of you are just being pummeled by the floor
Battered.
and ceiling and furniture.
Dude never got braces when he was a kid. Some of his teeth don't touch.
Which brings us to Alder.
I'm going to go ahead and flip up the flame in my hand and cast Produce Flame and try to hit this thing.
Okay, you make an attack. It is not advantage because you're not inside its mouth, but it has pretty low AC.
That's a 23.
Absolutely hits.
Okay. 13 plus... Oh, no, just 13. So 13 points of fire damage.
13 points of damage. Okay. Anything else?
And I'm going to take, like, 15 feet of movement backwards from it.
Okay. Funnily enough, it cannot make attacks of opportunity because its mouth is full.
You're welcome.
Kaya.
Okay. So when it was chewing, did it seem like both top and bottom came down, or was it just like?
Yeah,
Like an alligator?
Like the floor dropped out from you a little bit, and the top would come up, and then they were collapsing together.
Okay. I am going to try to get as high as I can. And then jump. Yeah. Got it. No. Just turn
Wrong
into
half the
freaking
campaign.
guy. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get up on something as high as I can, and then jump. And I'm gonna pull out my immovable rod, and I'm gonna try to keep it from squishing the shit out of us.
Okay, that's you don't have to get like you can jump on one of the chairs and like touch the ceiling. It's not very high.
Okay.
But yeah, a movable rod right against the ceiling. That's your action.
Yep.
What else are we doing?
And then I am going to, if that's my action. I don't think I have anything bonus action wise. I'm going for the door, or what?
Okay.
The edge of the mouth. I'm trying to get the fuck out of the mouth.
Okay, I need you just to make it's a dexterity saving throw to try to escape.
So that's a 15. I'm not sure if I would still get anything from O'Relton.
Yeah,
you're within 10 feet of me.
Yeah, you're easily. It's not a very big house, and so Yep,
So
and
that would be 20. Dirty 20.
that is enough. And that's the biggest obstacle is when you jumped up on the chair, you realize like the chair was sticky. It wasn't quite as bad as the actual tongue, but just moving and trying to make sure that you're not like getting too stuck to prevent your movement. But you managed to get out just to the threshold of the door, and you're out of the mouth.
Okay. And as a bonus action, I am going to try to telekinetically grab Czar and pull Czar 5 feet towards me.
Okay. Wizard, do you resist
Which direction is that? Like
towards the door?
up? Towards the door. Nope. Actually, I should roll to see if I understand what's happening there.
Nothing was said. It was just you feel a pull towards the door.
All right, I do not understand what's happening, so
Is it a resist thing, or can you only do it unwilling?
Strength save 17.
Okay. Strength save.
Nat 20.
8. So
So close. You're only another 5 feet away from the door, and it is your turn.
okay,
Wizard.
so I wanted to clarify if I am pulling an item from my bag that I've already used before, is that a bonus action, or did we decide it was just something I hadn't used before yet?
If it's gone back into the bag, I would say it's a bonus action.
Okay.
You can have a certain number of items that you keep outside of the bag. And so if
Okay.
this is one that you would have used before and kept outside of the bag, you don't have to use any of your action economy to get it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pull out the my cloak that I had been wearing yesterday
Okay.
out of the bag and rip it around my shoulders. And the thing is like, 4 feet too long for my body. And then I'm gonna pull my rapier off the side of me and stab the floor. I am going to, because I'm within 5 feet of another companion, I can do that as a sneak attack.
Yep, and
Yeah.
you have advantage because you're inside its mouth.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So I'm gonna attack, and I'm also gonna use Fury of the Small.
Okay.
So with advantage, that is, hold on, what is my plus? 19 plus 6.
Oh, absolutely hits.
Cool. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 damage.
17 points of damage. All right. Right. Yeah.
I'm assuming he is a size larger than me.
Yes, he's several sizes larger than you. Yeah, and we'll say because you had been wearing the cloak last night, we can say that it was still part of your ensemble. And so if you wanted to stab and then as a bonus action activate it,
Okay, yeah.
and that's
Stab,
you
activate, and I'm
And
gonna
then
try and get the
start
fuck out of
floating back. Yeah, and you can easily make it the remaining 5 feet as you're like cartoon running. If you turned ethereal, like your feet don't have purchase, so it's really just like the wind you're generating. Like they're spinning out underneath you as
there.
you
Just float right
slowly
through
drift.
Kai.
Yeah, Kai, you feel just this cold, unsettling sensation around your midriff as Wizard just floats through you.
Okay, didn't like that at all.
Bring us back to the top with O'Relton.
Am I the last one inside of this thing?
You
now?
are the only one inside of it. As there's broken furniture all over the place. The mushroom is leaking.
It doesn't look terrifically hurt though, right? There's a couple gashes on the inside, and
It looks pretty messed up.
I'm more than a bowl of dry honeycombs in this thing's mouth, right? How much I've cut it
Yeah,
up?
yes.
Okay.
That's
Okay, great.
I get it. That's great.
I will still just cast Misty Step. We'll look back towards Wizard and Kaya and just Misty Step out the front of this thing's mouth as a
Yep.
bonus action.
easy enough. No check, just you're out.
And I guess I'll just run around the side and continue to hack it up.
Okay, give me your first attack. No longer with advantage.
A 12 then, which I think misses.
12 is what you need to hit.
Great. Perfect.
It's the broadside of a barn.
Yeah, literally in this case, a mushroom barn.
You barely hit it.
And then I've been forgetting this entire time that I have Savage Attacker. So it's either 9 or 9 for damage, so it's going to be 9.
9 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Glad you remembered.
Yeah.
Just cleaving into the side, a whole portion of the side of this mushroom cottage is collapsing in on itself.
I will continue to finish it up with my second hit of a 13.
13 hits.
Man, lots of ones on these damage rolls. 8 points of damage on the second one.
8 points is enough as this thing that was just chewing on you a moment ago just kind of collapses on itself. Just as all fight leaves it and it slumps like a jump house with the air let out of it.
Ugh. Start wiping mushroom guts off of my arm.
I'm gonna look at it for a minute, make sure it's all the way dead, and then I'm gonna go try to retrieve my movable rod.
Oh yeah, there's one point in the center of it that is just being held up by this immovable rod.
It looks like a really
won't
bad
be too hard.
circus tent.
It's going to be pretty gross, as it has kind of started to partially dissolve the magic that sustains it.
Oh man!
So it'll be gross, but you'll be able to get it, no problem. Or you can try to go in through the top.
Which way's gonna be easier?
Here, I gotcha. And I'll like stomp over the top of it, and because it's like being held up by the rod, I'll just cut directly under it and peel off the top that's over the rod.
No problem. It is just a very wet rod now.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
The wizard's gonna say, "Behold, the fruits of our labor, the manifestations of our malevolence."
Yeah.
Right.
Was this the witch, do you think, or was this another trial? I don't see a witch.
Couldn't tell you, but Kaya, I think you've got some bad luck.
Oh, and then some. And then some. Oh, I decide I'm not going to be last this time. I walk straight into the fucking mouth of whatever the hell that thing is. Uh-oh. Now what?
Gonna start looking around.
Back that path, the direction you had come from, that none of you had looked behind. You see 2 large leg-like trees walking down towards you. And they bend before setting a large wooden hut on the ground on the path before you.
Well, Kaya,
Nope.
feel free.
Nope.
If I've learned anything, it's wherever Kaya is, don't be there, and I'll go in. Or I'll go up to the hut.
You walk up, the door swings open, and an old woman with a cane stands at the inside of the door. That last one always gets me a laugh. That's going to be difficult to replace, young man.
I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Yeah, someone at my age can never be too careful. Come in. I'll pour you and your friends a spot of tea. She
I'll follow
turns
her
and
into her chicken leg
slowly-
hut.
I will walk up and knock on the the wall as I walk in just to make sure it's actual wood.
Oh, come in, come in. I heard you. I've already been. No need to knock.
Well, thank you.
The wizard is going to like hang back and float softly from behind and be the last one in. Like hide in the background.
This is very small, very similarly decorated to the house that you were just in. Kind of low furniture, very like the place is covered with like knitted blankets, like crocheted hand warmers next to a fireplace that is burning. There is a fire in it. Candles all over the place. You see several like half-finished crafting projects. There's one table kind of in the back corner that has a puzzle that seems to be just missing a few pieces. And the woman has taken 2 of those crocheted hand warmers and is pulling a large black kettle off that she kind of strains with and is pouring into 5 glasses. Come in, please. Make yourselves comfortable. Have a blanket. Cold nights like this. Oh, it's always night. It's always a little bit cold here. What brings you to Granny's house? And she offers you, Alder, a cup.
I'll take it. And
She goes, does anybody not take the tea? As she walks out.
I'll take the tea.
Right. She still sets the cups in front of whoever doesn't take it.
I mean, wizard is like hiding behind everybody and behind chairs as best as possible and trying not to be seen.
Anybody with a high enough passive, go ahead and make a stealth check, actually.
Okay. Stealth.
guessing it's going to be a million.
17.
I actually
17.
And I rolled low.
She still has set out that 5th cup of tea because she knew there were 5 of you.
I actually forgot I have advantage on that, so.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, so that's actually 24.
Okay. Yeah. She does not seem to know where you are, but she like looks around in confusion for a moment. Goes, oh, right. And puts down one of the cups of tea. Sits just. Welcome to my home. Can I? Are any of you hungry? Does tea suffice? And she sips.
I think tea for me will be fine. Thank you.
Good.
You, I'm sorry. You
Might
don't
I
come
perhaps have your name in exchange?
Ah, yes. Sorry, I'm Alder.
And she does this. Thank you.
And yours?
In exchange for right. They just call me Baba. Nice try. So, Alder. Like a tree. It's nice. Like the taste of it. Takes a sip. Again, what brings you here?
I mean, we were told to come here, and you may have some answers with different types of magic that are out there.
Is an area of expertise for me. I'm going to need more specifics than that.
Well, for me, what do you know of trees or fruit that age people quickly?
I mean, there's a number of things that could do that. Spells, rituals, incantations that use such things as a material component. You're wondering about something far more specific, aren't you?
Yes, something that's never done that has started to change.
If I'm right on the mark, which I usually am, and she taps her nose, a blight is taking something precious from you and yours. Your grove is in danger, young man.
A blight, what? Can you elaborate?
It's an ancient poison. It corrupts the natural world, turns things on their true nature. It requires a steady hand to guide. One that, mind you, I have no hand in. If something has struck you in a place that it has not been seen before, there's likely a culprit, someone who lies behind it, whether it be intentional or simply a new disciple of the one who created it, learning. Sometimes there's casualties when tampering with such magics.
Can it be reversed?
Reversed. Sometimes. Depends on how deeply the blight has taken hold. If the source of the blight is removed, it can stop. It usually requires someone to bear the blight themselves, to draw it out, as one would suck the venom from a wound. Depending on how strong you are, if you were the one to attempt this, you might be able to do so unscathed. I don't suppose you brought any of this fruit with you.
Didn't mention any fruit.
But I'm usually right on the mark.
How can something be changed by... It's unknown.
The blight that troubles you has been carried by a long time by a powerful demon. One who tempts others into power by the nature of the blight. That are willing to take it into themselves. He grows more powerful the more it's spread. So he gives of it freely. It takes... It takes some from those that wield it, either way. It's a quick path to power for many.
I'll reach into my bag and just pull the fruit out, but not hand it over, just hold on to it. And just kind of stare at it for a second.
That would be it. What you hold there is a seed of an ancient power. Be careful, or it may consume you.
Not me. And I'll put it back away.
Right, and she looks at her belt. May I have your name?
No.
Clever boy. Do you
I'm
have any
gonna
questions?
assume this is a little out of your realm of expertise, but I'm gonna ask anyway. We're looking for a place called the World Forge. Not easy to be found, but neither are you. We got
Right,
here.
right. You're and she waves at one of like the silver platters that's on the wall, and you see your original campsite, where there's a confused-looking kind of older dwarf looking around. This is his stuff. He goes, "He saw that once. Fell in with a bad crowd. Isn't that right?" And she kind of gives a bony elbow over to Kaya.
Yeah, that's what we heard.
Figure he should sit this one out.
He said he wasn't much of an adventurer anyway, so he's probably safest there. But yeah, we're taking up his quest, I guess, if you want to put it that way.
Well, all right. I'm checking something in my own notes.
Right.
So you seek the World Forge. I might have a direction at least to give you. But what
Direction
have you,
and
what have you to
information.
trade?
His name's the only thing you collect?
Oh, I collect many things. It felt unfair to take one in for tea, so your friend, I accepted his for what he sought. Sorry, Alder.
What else are you looking for? I'm afraid I'm going to need my name. I'm going to need my soul. Gave up my dignity a while ago, so
Souls, nothing.
yeah.
Dignity
Figured
might have
it
been
was-
interesting, but if you seem to have lost yours, then...
Yeah. I'm not sure I got a batch of that.
Well, what makes you you? What's
What makes me
important
me?
enough to exchange for this? It's only fair to offer up a piece of yourself if you seek a shot of something else.
Really in need of everything I've got at the moment. Is there a way I can owe you a favor?
Now, favors and souls, the two things you brought up, that's the work of demons and devils. Devils more than demons. Demons, if they can stop chewing on the bones long enough to get something, it'd probably be a soul. But you need everything you have.
At least most of it.
I'll take what you haven't. Something you
Kinda
haven't
cocksome.
got.
How do I give you what I haven't got?
Simply offer it.
I give you somebody else's name?
Oh, no, that's name. That's a deeply personal thing.
I don't have it.
True. True. Sure. Give me someone else's name. One that isn't yours to give. One that's not yours to give.
Aiden.
Oh. That's a name that isn't yours and isn't yours to give. A name that I don't know if I have the power to claim, though. He's an interesting one. Aiden. Aiden.
Kind of feels slimy on the tongue.
Indeed, has a bite to it.
Yeah.
It carries a weight, though. I think the one who it is sworn to might be beyond my powers. An interesting game. Fine. Vaden, and she reaches up. Puts her hand in her pocket. Near Paling Grove, there's a mountain. That is the direction I urge you to seek.
Fair enough, considering the exchange.
Indeed.
I'll just take another sip of my tea.
It's quite delicious. It's nice. It's a soothing tea. And you, she looks to you, Kaya, might have your name. It worked once. Actually, your name. Names are an interesting thing for you, aren't they?
Maybe.
Fair enough. Well, what do you want?
Well, I mean, I want a bar and not to be chased by things that are chasing me.
Oh, easy enough. That's the easiest way not to be chased is just to be someone else. Would you like me to make you someone else?
I don't think that would help.
I'll just take who you currently are.
There goes the camera.
Yep, lost my camera. One sec.
You just
She took who the DM was.
I'll take who you currently are. Whoa! Oh my god!
She wasn't kidding.
You're taking Andrew. What a monster!
Darkness, everybody.
Hey, Zara, were you going to sit behind that chair the entire time, or did you want to ask for what you wanted?
Can't hear you.
Hey, Zara, you should speak up a little bit. Nobody can hear you.
Sorry. Nobody could see Zar. I'm not sure if everybody knows Zar's inside. Zar's hiding.
I don't know where you're at. Well, I guess I did say chair. And he's back.
Also, for DM's knowledge, Zar has not just been standing behind a chair this whole time. Zar has been trying to look for things to sneaky snag and stay hidden.
And ethereal?
And ethereal.
So give me an investigation check. With disadvantage because you can't open any drawers or cupboards or anything, so it's you having to stuff your face into them.
An investigation, that's an 8, because I have a negative on that.
You find slipping into one of there's a little back room, and there is a dagger on the wall. And you can, kind of by putting yourself partially into the wall, you can just get to a spot where nobody can quite see you. But the dagger just exudes power. And your hand just goes right through it.
Can I'm in a place where nobody can see me, right?
The only way that you're in a spot where nobody can see you is by being halfway into the wall. So while you think of this,
this is so dumb. But okay, yeah. While I think of that, go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, I like being myself. I don't think I want to change that. But
it's quite simple. And she snaps her fingers, and what springs into existence next to you. You can tell it's an illusion. It looks surprisingly like Isaac, but it's a human with very similar features to yours. He's unclothed, but the illusion kind of blurs around all the goodies. I can just copy you, put you on this. You can go retire from a life of adventure. I'll keep this one, she points at you. It'll be the one hunted. Look, he's perfect. He's you, unblemished, unmarked.
Right, that's my brother.
No, he looks like you because you look like your brother if you were just a normal human.
Right. But as enticing as it is to be as intended, I mean, at this point, that's like at least 15 years too late.
You should have come and visited me 15 years ago.
Well,
I guess what's important then is what you want now. And she waves her hand and you watch this image of what you could have been kind of turn to smoke and blow away.
Gonna sit there and just kind of stare at it for a second. And then, well, we've got the information on the forge. I'm gonna go a little selfish here. Maybe not completely selfish. I really want to know more about Melrose Gagar.
Oh, the middleman. Wow. Middle management. Aiming high.
Well,
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Why? Maybe I don't. No, I'm all right. I don't need the information that bad. I'll find it on my own.
Fine. Oh, that'd be fun just to make you left-handed instead of right-handed or vice versa. It's a fun adjustment period.
Is that as simple as it is? Given you part of us, left-handed or right-handed?
I mean, it depends on what you want. You wanted the location of the World Forge. I had to take something a little bit more personal. Alden just gave me his name.
Because, I mean, I like quesadillas. Is that something?
I'd be willing to take your taste.
Oh, I don't get it. Like,
oh, you want to like quesadillas?
I mean, I'd like to continue, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to make a deal for that if you want to continue liking quesadillas. You already like quesadillas.
I thought we were offering you part of us. And that's something deeply personal to me. My love of quesadillas.
You want to offer your love of quesadillas so that he can learn about the middle manager.
Am I misreading the situation? Because
no, I thought you were just saying you didn't want to like quesadillas anymore. I was very confused.
I'm trying to help a buddy out here by purchasing something with a currency I don't really understand.
Sure. You don't like any interpretation of quesadillas.
Bummer.
We really should have. You guys are really bad at this. I'm gonna give you a bit of advice. You should clarify what a quesadilla is. Because I have to interpret what quesadilla is if you just leave it to my own interpretation. So I think it's something with carbs, something in the middle, and another layer of carbs.
Well, now hold on here, because
that's
you just described any version of sandwich.
Isn't a quesadilla a sandwich?
With a very flat bread, I suppose.
I mean, you can squish any bread down. This comes down to semantics, and I am the kind of my thing. When I said I'll take I'll take an interpretation of quesadilla, and you kind of nodded, that was agreement.
Yeah, you're right. So I just don't like quesadillas anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's
okay. Great. Does he get his information?
Yeah, no, I'll tell him in just a minute. That's this is fun. Good. He has to know about a middle manager for a criminal organization, and you have to figure out what a quesadilla is, and if you don't like it or not. Really, this is going to be fun. Usually, people offer me like firstborn children and eyes and sight, things like that, nebulous things like names.
Yeah, most of that I need. I can probably deal without quesadillas the rest of my life.
An interpretation, quesadillas. It's just important to remember.
Sure.
All right, we're getting off topic. Melrose Gaga, middle manager, contracting consultant for the Night's Eye Guild of Assassins. Kind of a chump. He travels around. I mean, he's good enough for his job. He likes to tell people that what he does for a living is he finds other people. He's worked for the Night's Eye for the last couple of years. His big thing, his entire livelihood is built on having an item. It just points to the nearest desperate person. Like truly desperate. And he can kind of, similar to interpretation, he can adjust that. Find somebody suited to a need. That's the secret of what he does. I don't think his employers know that aspect. They know that over the last few years, he's been tasked with finding individuals like you who know certain things or receive certain boons or gifts. He travels around, paints a target on their back. The desperate are perfect for any number of things in an assassin organization, whether it be taking the fall for something, doing something they wouldn't normally, selling information that they're privy to, giving up gifts that they have been granted. He is a tool that always allows him to find the right person.
Okay. So, okay.
Alder, do you want your name back?
I guess. Yes.
Anything to trade for it?
Uh,
You think on that for a sec. We're gonna jump over to Wizard.
So, Wizard is going to try to turn somewhat more corporeal, grab the dagger, and try and pull it through the wall. And yes, I know this is likely not going to work, but this is what
Okay.
Gabi is going to try.
We're going to go. I'm gonna say this is. Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
There's gonna be a couple checks involved in this.
All right. And then hold on. Sleight of hand. That is a 28.
Okay. I need an Arcana check.
Okay. That is a 14.
Okay. And I need one more stealth check.
That's a 19.
Okay. You getting your hand behind it, and as you pull your hand towards yourself, turn just corporeal enough to knock it off of the wall. You fall back, reaching out, catching it with your other hand, turning fully corporeal, grabbing it, and then as you pull your hand back and like roll back through the wall, you turn the knife re-incorporeal. You kind of tuck and roll and have to come out of your ethereal and like come to a roll behind Orelton, where you stop and stuff the dagger into your backpack, just so it's out of hand.
100% not how I imagine that happening, so that's great.
You rolled
I thought
high,
I was
and
gonna get
you
stuck
rolled
in the
really
wall.
high on one of those, and then pretty high on the other two. So that could have gotten really bad.
Yeah, I thought for sure I was gonna take like 40 damage in the middle of a wall.
Or lose a leg.
Yeah.
Do they come into sight, or are they still stealthed?
That final stealth was 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so any one of you can make a perception check. Yeah, let's see if you see them.
Oh, there yours are. I think you had something to talk about too, didn't you?
Shh. And of course now my
Yeah.
I have what
Okay.
I need.
You don't seek anything from me. Granny Baba, I'm here to help.
You're going to like recorporeal and kind of stick my head around from Orelton and go, nope. Stick it back.
Ask something. Only you can hear it. If you can wait a minute. You can think about it. Kai, you look like you might have other questions. Alder, you were thinking about something to potentially get your name back.
I have power.
You want how much power?
All the power.
All the power. I can't offer all the power. I need to keep some for myself. What would you
Why?
trade for power?
Oh no.
What
One
would
minute.
you give up?
I'm gonna stick my face in my bag.
Done. 1 minute.
Oh shit.
Wait, what?
Deal. I'll take 1 minute. I'll let you know what I wanted.
I don't have
1
a
minute.
clock.
That's fine. She reaches out and just taps you on the forehead. And an eye opens up.
Is it like painful as it happens, or do I
No,
feel
it's just-
or it's just like
Blink, blink. Yes.
if I poke myself in the eye, what
It
happens?
feels like you get poked in the eye. Like-
Oh. Oh. What does this do?
Nothing yet. And she runs a thumb over it and it kind of fades away. Yes. When you need it, it'll give you power. In exchange for 1 minute.
Every time you need it?
Oh, no, she has that. Whenever I decide I need the minute, I'll claim it.
Don't know.
I think it's a pretty good deal.
So I now have the witch's power.
I'm just gonna like slink back behind the chair.
What you have, so you know, if anybody's familiar with the Wizard's Portent ability, you can roll 1 portent every day.
I don't know what that is, so I'll go look it up.
So every time you take a long rest, you get to roll a d20, mark what that number is, and until your next long rest, you can replace any roll that happens within sight of you with that number that you rolled.
Oh. Sweet, okay.
So she gave you just a little sliver of divination in exchange for 1 minute to be claimed whenever she decides.
30 seconds of life left. I want your 1 minute.
I mean, what would you do with my name?
Names have power. Watch. Alder, will you pick that up for me? And she points to a bucket at your feet. And just without thinking it, you reach down and pick it up. And Alder, put it down. Put it back down.
So you're asking for something very significant in exchange, then?
I'd prefer something significant. But I'm open to negotiation. I think I've shown that I'm a very reasonable woman. It was kind of unfair the way that I got your name. A little bit.
You can keep it for now, but keep the deal open.
Fine.
Till I have something to exchange.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Use this. And she reaches into her pocket. And she pulls out, it looks like a deli counter slip for you guys. But it just has a 1 on it. And she hands it to you. You can use that to reach me.
Cool.
Anything else?
Tuck it away.
Walter's happy. I'm happy.
Not much for trading information, so I like what I have. I want to keep it. I appreciate it, but
You're sure there's nothing you want? Nothing at all. Looking at you,
There's-
Kaya. No glaring oversights and your
I know-
combat strategy.
I know. Oh, I know. I know. There are certain things that I want. Yes, I mean I have a knack for being surprised, but I'm not confident in trading up anything for it. Nor do I want anyone else here to trade it up for me.
So our wizard friend is going to reach into their bag and pull something out.
Okay.
And I just pulled a card, a random one. It is
Okay.
the Queen of Hearts. And this is a fake mustache collection. And so you see our wizard friend pull out all of these fake mustaches and go, "You want it to be somebody else? I can make that happen." Just like toss out all these fake mustaches.
They are like primo theater quality, like fake mustaches. Sure.
Let me see. I'm gonna look through, try to find a white one, match my hair. Yeah, throw that on there.
Full handlebar mustache.
And a bar mustache.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I hate it.
A whole new man. Hardly even recognize you.
What do you give for the rest?
asks the witch.
For your fake mustaches?
These are not just fake mustaches. These are identities.
Mm.
A new person with each one.
All of them.
Alder's gonna like push the hands back. Maybe we don't offer new people for each mustache.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14 identities. I have a very powerful dagger and back. I'd be willing to trade for those. Let me
I'm not
get
into
it for
daggers.
you.
I'm not into daggers.
Then in that case... I'll have to think on that one. 14 identities. It's a lot.
It's
Your
for
friend doesn't
Kaya.
seem too comfortable with what you've offered.
No, I offer mustaches, not identities. But each mustache is an identity.
I'll give you... Alder, get her the bucket.
I get her the
Just,
bucket.
I'll give you 1 bucket. One witch's bucket for 14 mustaches.
Deal.
Take has the mustache. She's gonna put some on the table next to her.
It just has water in it, right?
It's an empty bucket.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna put it in my bag.
All right.
Boom! It was a bucket of holding. No, I'm just kidding.
Please God, no. Not again.
All right, as
So-
much as striking deals with Mama Yaga here has been a lot of fun, maybe we should hoof it, huh?
Well, what if I were to give up a very small piece of my intelligence?
A small piece of a small thing.
But she said
I
it.
just-
I don't have to.
I would like to be more alert when it comes to people beating the shit out of me. Basically,
You want
I
to
don't know.
remember it?
no.
You don't
I
like being
don't want to
stabbed in
be
the back of the
surprised.
head.
Yeah, I don't like being stabbed at all.
Hmm.
Preferably, I really don't like being stabbed by those I can't see, hear. Basically, by those I don't know that are there.
Very specific. There are many people that train for a significant portion of their lives just for the ability to not be surprised.
And I don't have that time.
A memory. If you just want to not be surprised. Well, you're awake, mind you. There's nothing I can do about people stabbing you while you're sleeping. What a memory. Of my choosing.
Of your choosing.
If you just want, say, an item, we can work something else out.
Yeah, I think that's too much. I like my memories. Some of them. I mean, I would imagine the one that you would take would be one that I would really want. So
Oh, probably, almost definitely. Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
You know, you wouldn't getting the shit kicked out of me several times in certain places. You wouldn't take those. You just leave those ones to, you know.
Oh, I'd probably bring those to the forefront. I'm rummaging around in your mind.
Yeah. Okay.
How about this? And she gestures, and a small stone appears, and she floats it out into you, and it begins kind of orbiting around you. And you have this feeling that as long as it's orbiting you, you can't be surprised. So you wouldn't be able to be sneak attacked. I mean, just letting you know the mechanics of what it is. For a minute of your time.
For a minute of my time. Another minute.
I'd have 2 minutes.
It's really easy. Just give out the minute. You don't even notice.
Right. But I don't know if I'm able to give that. I'm already on borrowed time. I would be giving you a minute of someone else's
Yes,
time.
you would. Yes, you would. And I may approach you with a favor in the future. You will be under no obligation, but just you have to hear me out. It was a good idea. I liked it.
I appreciate the offer, but I will respectfully decline, and I apologize for wasting your time.
Wow. I tried to get a minute of yours, and you took me like an hour of mine.
I know.
And I've replaced my mushroom.
I know.
And with that, and O'Relton pushes the door open from the inside.
Yeah.
Unless
Okay.
anybody else has anything.
Bye. You know where to find me.
I assume out the same way we came in.
Oh, yeah. Exit will be clear.
Sure.
All right,
I'll
let's go.
be the last one out the door.
As you step out the door, that same kind of odd sense of vertigo, and you step and you find yourself in a wooded clearing, full daylight, no door behind you, and a dwarf sitting there eating lunch. There you fucking are. I'm assuming you talked to the witch.
We did. We didn't anticipate going when we did, but
Well,
made it out.
glad you're back. Sit down, tell me all about it. And that, I think, is... Oh,
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, that is where I think we should end tonight.
Nice.
Cool. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I had a lot of fun today. It's always fun to play Witches in the Woods. We're going to be back on Thursday, just for our usual games. We'll be back next Sunday for more of this. Anything else want to go over? Anything else we need to cover before the end of the night?
No, I think I'm
We're
good.
gonna miss David next week.
Go miss David next week.
Yeah.
That's
Unless he
okay.
decides not to go on a vacation.
Yeah, unless I, just completely piss off.
Yeah, pull it off.
Yeah, no.
Your whole
What's more important,
Yeah.
your family or this?
Or do
I
you?
His
mean-
family.
Yeah, no.
Is that a question?
You're right, because we're on the internet. It's recorded. I know.
Feel that emotional manipulation.
Awesome. Hey, thank you, everybody. Have a great night. We will see you next week.